Yeah, I think it's a good question because I think what it requires is wisdom. We need to be wise and discerning. Again, I think that framework of reject, receive, redeem. Um, I think we have to begin with I should not just turn away from anything new because it's new. I shouldn't be scared of things that are new simply because I don't understand them or because it's like, man, things are changing. Like some people hate change. Some people are terrified of change. One of the things with AI, which is really interesting, is the conversation of like, is AI gonna, outsource everybody's jobs? Is everybody gonna lose their jobs? And when you think about even that question, Harrison, you think about how technology has changed over the years and did change jobs, but it also expanded the market and the types of jobs that could be created. So it's like, yeah, things don't stay the same. We don't need a man riding on the back of a horse plowing his field anymore. You could do that. You don't need a mule dragging you behind to till your field. You now have a tractor that can do it with so much more ease and speed and efficiency, which allows for you to produce more, which allows for you to feed more people at cheaper prices. In other words, this is a good innovation of technology. Well, there were obviously some people who probably were terrified of the tractor, terrified of how it would change it was going to change everything. Farming's not going to be the same. And you go back to, the creation of vehicles or the internet. Think about how the internet and e-commerce has changed everything. People were afraid that buying books on Amazon would kill bookstores. Well, bookstores are still thriving, but it's changed the market. It's changed how things work. And AI is going to do the same thing. It's going to change, but it's going to expand the market. It's going to open up new types of, jobs and economies that can come and exist out of this. So I just think Christians have to be very wary of saying change is bad. I can't change. We can't changes, of the devil. I think we got to avoid that kind of thing. At the same time, as we discussed, we can't simply naively say that technology and change doesn't have impacts and doesn't create new temptations and pitfalls. So you think about this, with the innovation of the internet, with the innovation of the smartphone, one of the traps, one of the pitfalls, one of the downsides is it made pornography more accessible than it had ever been. Okay. Well, that doesn't mean we should get rid of smartphones and the internet, but it does mean we need to be acutely aware that this introduces different complexities and problems that are now a part of our lives. And so I just think Christians need wisdom. I think this is a wisdom issue. We don't receive uncritically, we don't reject. We have to learn to say, how can I be wise in using this technology? How can I honor and glorify the Lord with my life, in my calling, to my family, with without simply turning my brain off, right? I am, because by the way, rejecting and receiving uncritically are both the same actions. Turn your brain off. I think we have to be wise and say, I want to walk in such a way that honors the Lord. And I can do that with this technology if I do it with wisdom and in step with the Spirit.
Exactly, exactly.